What's going on, guys? So today, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'll be testing out the brand J.Cat Cosmetics. I think that's what it is. I'll be testing out the brand J.Cat Beauty. I saw this brand on Ulta and I've never tried their products before in my life. I've heard of the brand, I'm pretty sure, but I've never actually tried out their products. So I decided to do a full face for you guys. I'm giving a warning right now, this is by no way a makeup tutorial. I do makeup the way I kind of like to do it, and I'm still learning. I'm still very new, well, not necessarily new, but I'm still practicing. You know, I'm not the best makeup artist in the world, but this is just how I do my makeup for today. I'm doing it on the look I'm wearing right now. It's a very natural kind of dewy look. So yeah, if you want to know how I like the brand or what I thought of it or how I got this look, then let's jump right into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is the Cushion Foundation from J.Cat. I'm in the shade 101 Porcelain. I got the lightest shade, but when I opened this for the first time, I haven't swatched any of these products yet. When I opened it, it just seemed a little dark. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't even taken the film off yet. It just looks a little dark, so I'm not really sure how it's going to apply, but we'll see. Because it's a cushion foundation and I've actually never used one before, and I want to test out two different ways. I'm not going to be using the product it comes with, just because I don't really feel like it. So I'll be using my beauty blender, and I'll also be using a foundation brush, and I'll put this one. And I'll be putting all the brushes and all the products in the description below, so you guys can get the look if you want. So first I'm going to be doing half my face. I'll be doing this face with the beauty blender and then this one with the brush. I'll be priming my face with the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer. It's the green bottle. I actually love this primer. I feel like it doesn't really do much for my acne, which I didn't really expect it to, but I feel like it actually makes my foundation last a fair amount of time. Okay, now that we're primed, now I'll be dipping in to the foundation. So I didn't expect it to have a lot of coverage. Clearly it doesn't have a lot of coverage. This is actually a pretty decent color for my face. Now I'll be using my foundation brush, and I'll be going into the other side of my face. I feel like it blends a lot better with my brush. Yeah, I feel like more product can get on my face using this rather than the beauty blender, but I feel like the beauty blender just blends it out better. So overall thoughts, I actually really like this. I didn't think I would, honestly. Let me talk to the camera. I didn't think I would, but I'm actually really enjoying it. It's very light coverage. Well, it's kind of like medium. I would say it's like medium coverage. It's not full, but it's definitely medium. I feel like when it comes to different products or different ways to apply it, I feel like the brush picks it up better, but then I would go over it with the beauty blender. Or if you have a really, really good foundation brush, then do that, because I typically don't use foundation brushes, so that's just me. Because I don't have a setting powder for J.Cat, I'll be using a different one. I'll also be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So after setting it with the powder, I really like how this looks. It looks super natural. It actually fits my skin color almost perfectly. I don't know how it looks in the camera, so in the camera it might look a bit different than what I'm seeing. But for me, I feel like it matches super, super well, which is actually incredible. I'm actually really loving this. Wow. Did not think I would like a cushion foundation, but I'm pretty impressed. I feel like with concealer to cover up all my little spots, it'll look even better. But yeah, I'm really impressed so far. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'm going to be going in with the Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer. It is a little shimmery, so we'll have to see how this looks. I feel like it might be a better highlighter, but it is a bronzer, and I got the lightest shade because bronzers typically are darker on me, so I'm very wary when I'm buying bronzers online because all this was online. But I got it in the shade Coconut Island, or 101 Coconut Island. So I'll be dipping into, there's a lot of kick up. I'll be turning on the light again just so I can see a little better. So I feel like this is a very light bronzer. It does have shimmers in it, so if you don't like shimmery bronzers, like if you have oily skin, I'd probably stay away from this. It's not too dark, obviously, but it's also not too light. I don't really like shimmers in bronzers. I'm not a very shimmer fan. And the blush also has shimmers, so that was really smart. But I feel like this is really good for summer if you want like a shimmery look if you have really dry skin. I have dry skin, but shimmers still kind of throw me off a little bit. But if you have dry skin and you want to look a bit more dewy, I think this is definitely the way to go. So now I'm going to be going into the blush. The thing I love about this blush is that the Cat shimmers. I don't know if you can see, but the Cat is shimmering. Don't like shimmers, but I love that the Cat is engraved into the packaging. It's super, super cute. And I got the shade 101 Sweet Pea Pink. So I'll be dipping into that. Again, this brush is pink already. However, all the excess powder is off of it, so it shouldn't affect the blush. So we're just gonna dip. Holy. Okay, so all of that top, wow. This has way more kick up than I thought it would. So the top part was very dark, the Cat was very dark, and now it's it completely matches it. So I think that was just kind of like a, which I actually like, because initially this has so much kick up. So if you don't like blushes that have kick up, I wouldn't go for this. I'm gonna be so careful putting this on my face. Okay, so all of the dark powder that was on the Cat is now gone, which I actually like because that means it's more of an even color blush. But we'll see putting this on my face because I feel like it's gonna be really intense. So I put it a little too high. I know that, okay. I know I put the blush a little too high. I couldn't really see. And I'll hide that with the highlight I'm gonna use. Overall though, I do actually like this blush. It's a very pink blush, so if you don't like pinker blushes, I would probably stay away from this, especially because it's called Sweet Pea Pink. But I actually like it. I don't think it's that bad. The only thing I don't like is the shimmers, but again, if you want like a dewy, summery look, I feel like this would be a very good blush to use. So now I'm going to be dipping into the highlight because we don't have enough shimmers on our face. And this is the Spectrum Palette Quad. So it has 4 highlights in it. And it's in the shade QSP 101. I don't know if that's just the lightest shade or if they only have one. But it has 4 shades. And I'll be using the kind of off-white one in the top right corner, just because the white one is a little intimidating and I feel like the other two might be a little dark for me. So I'm going to be using the off-white shade. They feel like styrofoam. That's so weird. They feel like styrofoam. Okay, let's just do this. They don't have too much kick up because they feel like styrofoam. I feel like that's a good thing. It says cream highlight. Didn't see that it said cream highlight. Didn't see that. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm just going to kind of dab it along. Okay, so I don't like this product at all. I've actually never used a cream highlight. Can you tell? I've never used a cream highlight before. But I don't like the color at all. I don't like this highlight. I don't like that highlight. I was actually really looking forward to looking at that, but it just doesn't apply easily. It doesn't blend into the skin at all. You guys are probably yelling at me like, okay, you used it completely wrong. And I probably did. But I guess cream highlights just aren't my thing. Not a fan. I am not a fan. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes. So I was gonna buy a whole eyeshadow palette, but then I was like, well, what if I don't like it? You know, I couldn't look at it in the store. So I just decided not to. So instead I'll be using this, and it is a triple crown baked eyeshadow. It is currently in the shade 104 Cherry Fudge Sundae, and has these 3 fun little shades. Because I already put foundation on my eyes and I set them with that Laura Mercier powder, I won't be priming them. Because there is no transition shade, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer, so in the shade Light, and I'll be taking my Sephora Pro Crease brush, and I'll just be putting this in my crease just for a little transition shade. Okay, so now that I have that transition shade in my crease, I'm actually going to be dipping into the middle shade, which is a gold color, and I'll be putting that all over my lid. These shades are so pigmented when I put them on my finger, so I hope they're the same on the brush, and they are. They're very, very powdery though, so if you don't like powdery eyeshadows, I'd probably stay away. They're not too bad. If you don't like them, I would still try it out because they're not really that bad powder-wise. Right now I'm just taking this color a little bit into my crease just so I can blend it out a little bit, and then I'll go back in with that Pro Crease brush and blend it out. Okay, so overall I'm in love with this gold shade. If you want a gold that isn't as bronzy, so it gives you a little bit more of a kind of silver type of color, I guess you could say, I would definitely go for this. I'm completely and utterly in love with it. So yeah, and because I want to use all 3 of the shades in this little palette thing I got here. I'll be using this dark purple color in the very corners of my eyes. I'm just going to be using the tiniest little bit because I don't want this to be overpowering at all because I feel like it will be. And it's a bit shimmery, so I don't like using shimmery shades in my outer corners. However, because for the sake of this video, I will be. So I don't love this color as much just because I'm having trouble picking it up because there's so much glitter in it. It's a very glittery eyeshadow. I feel like if you put this all over your lid, it might look a little bit better. But I feel like in the outer corners, it's just not picking up as much as I would want it to. I'm also sorry if you can't really see me doing anything. My mirror is lower than I wanted it to be, so I'm having trouble sitting up straight. This color is not nearly as dark as I thought it'd be, which I actually really like. This will be really good for a fall look. Like putting this color all over your lid and then blending out like a different transition shade that would match it in your crease. That would look really pretty, and fall is coming up, which is my favorite season, so that's super exciting. But overall, I actually really enjoy this eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take that Pro Crease brush and then blend it all out in my crease. Okay, so now we're done with the eyeshadow. So now the next thing I'm gonna be doing before I put my mascara on, this video is almost over, I promise, is I'll be tightlining with this eyeliner, and it is their Roll It Up Auto Eyeliner. And it's in the shade, oh, it's also water resistant. That's also why I bought it, because it was water resistant. I can't tell what shade it's in. I'm pretty sure it was on the packaging that I took this out of. Oh, I think it's just in the shade brown. Yeah, it's just in the shade brown. I wasn't going to get a black eyeliner. It rolls up like so, you know, a little pencil thing. I wasn't going to get a black one because I always get black, and I wanted to try something a bit different, so I decided to get the brown shade. One thing I will say is it's kind of stabby. It kind of feels, I feel like after you use it for a while, it will round up. I'm also just going to put this on the lower, my bottom waterline. Cannot speak today apparently. Okay, so after I put that on, I'm basically just going to finish up my eyes. I'm just going to go back into this eyeshadow, and I'm going to take that last shade we used, which is the more pomegranate looking shade, and I'm just going to run that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. The only reason I put the eyeliner on my lower lash line is because I want to test out its waterproof ability or water resistant ability, because my eyes get really watery very easily throughout the day, and so I wanted to test whether or not that would actually stay on. Okay, so we are almost done. I'm actually going to set my face now with this setting spray I bought, just because I don't like putting setting spray on after I put on mascara, just because my eyes are, it's a long story. But I'll be using their makeup setting spray, and it's infused with aloe vera, which is something that very much intrigued me because I love aloe vera. I will buy in any product I can possibly get, whether it's a face wash, moisturizer, anything. I love aloe vera, or aloe in general. So I'll be using this to set my face really fast. So I like the mist. The one thing I will say is that I feel like not a lot came out, which is why I kept spraying it so much, because a lot of it I feel like landed on my lap, but not as much on my face. Maybe I just held it away too far. With setting sprays, I typically hold it not pretty far away from my face, but far enough, because some of them like squirt out really fast. But I love the smell. Oh my gosh, it smells like aloe, and it smells amazing. So if you love the smell of aloe, or you love aloe vera in general, I would definitely recommend it. Also, if you don't like sprays that just squirt at your face and you're like, holy crap, I would also recommend this, because this worked really well. So for mascara, I'm going to be using their waterproof mascara, because the last time I bought a waterproof mascara, I absolutely hated it. I can't remember what brand it was, but I hated it. And so I never bought waterproof after that. But, you know, during the summer, I mean, summer's almost over, but like during the summer, you know, or even just in general, I like having waterproof on hand, and I haven't had it in a long time. So I thought this was a really good opportunity. So before putting this mascara on, I'm just going to use an eyelash curler. This is from Revlon. I really need to get a new one because this is so grimy and disgusting, and I've had it for too long. But I will just curl my eyelashes before I use the mascara. So now that my eyelashes are curled, I'm just going to go in with this mascara. This is what it looks like. You know, the typical wand of a waterproof mascara. They're pretty small, which is not always my favorite, and I'm also very picky with mascara. There's only one I use, which is the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte, so we'll see. We'll just see. So I don't hate this mascara. I feel like it doesn't give your lashes a lot of volume, which, I mean, it's a waterproof mascara, so you can't really expect much out of it. But I also don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. For like, you know, for in general, as a mascara, I feel like I wouldn't reach for it a ton, but it's not horrible for being waterproof. I'm also going to be putting this on my bottom lashes because I never wear mascara on my bottom lashes because it always smears. So I want to test this out to see if it'll smear because again, I have watery eyes. Okay, so now that the face is completely done, we're going to be doing the last step, which is lipstick. And I'm going to be using the Lipfinity Matte Lip Kiss Proof, and it is in the shade LMK 111. I honestly think that's the shade. But then on the back it says lip gloss, which kind of throws me off. But we'll be testing this out. The bottle is really, really brown, but you can tell on the wand it's a lot more of a purpley shade, which is why I wanted to use that purple. I kind of wish I put that purple all over my lid because I feel like that would have looked a lot better, but we're going to be using it anyway. Holy, this is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. So I didn't like that applicator at all. I feel like it was a lot more difficult to apply than it should have been. Like, my lips just don't, that's not how I apply lipstick, you know? Like, that's just not, that just doesn't look good. It's extremely sticky. So I don't know if I love this lipstick. It's just not, it comes off so easily. I love the color because I'm all about dark fall colors, but the applicator was weird. It feels like I can really, really feel it on my lips. It's not comfortable necessarily. It's not bad, but it's also not super comfortable either. It's super, super sticky. I'm not a huge fan. I absolutely love, love, love the color, which is really what makes me mad because I love the color so much, especially with this look because it's kind of a bold lip with a more natural look. I'm not sold on the applicator, and it just doesn't. It's a little bit of a disappointment. I'll have to play around with it a little bit more, maybe get used to the applicator. I don't really know, but it's not my favorite product that I tried today. So that completes this video, guys. I hope you enjoy this type of video. Sorry if the camera angle's not great, you can't really see what I'm doing. I try to do as best I can, but I'm still learning, so, you know. If you want me to do this type of video again where I try a different makeup brand, please let me know in the comments below and let me know which brand you want me to try. I would definitely be willing to. Maybe not like Tarte or Urban Decay, you know, a brand that I can actually afford to do like a full face in. Everything here is pretty cheap. I think the most expensive thing I bought was around $6, so that's pretty incredible. But, you know, if you want me to do another video like this, it's my first makeup video. I'm learning, I'm trying, so that's kind of where we're at. So if you want to see another one of these, please let me know, like I said before. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, as always, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye!